Another Metroid remake, another Metroid 2 remake, also known as AM2R, is a fan game made by a creator who spent years on this Metroid 2 remake. It was gonna remake Metroid 2 from the ground up, but what happened? Well, Nintendo sent a cease and desist to this guy's game he spent years on, but was this game really that good? Is this game a hidden gem that Nintendo struck out of pure malice, or was it a blessing in disguise that Nintendo struck this down? I forgot to mention, but I'm not taking the time to mention the story since it's the same thing as Metroid 2, and I could just do a video on that game instead. Same mechanics as Metroid 2 Return from Samus on the Game Boy. It really does, and the mechanics are fine-tuned. Good enemy placement, good level design. Same thing as the original, but just better presentation. I want to mention that the sprite works looks way better. It's just the enemies, the bosses, Samus herself. But that's getting into more presentation, and I'll talk about that after. But seriously, it's so fine-tuned in this game. The controls feel nice. Since I am playing on a computer after all. Actually, it's not common knowledge that you can still get this game. There's still downloads up, but beware of people who will put malware into the game. Cause it'll probably happen to some. But the one I'm downloading, it doesn't have malware on it, so it's alright. Anyway, let's get into presentation. We'll see if it gets a maximum rage. No, I'm just joking, it won't. AM2R often fixed the problem with the Game Boy game. Since the Game Boy can output in actual, like, a wide variety of colors, it can only output in blacks, whites, and grays. This remake, it's rich in color. Greens, reds, browns, all types of colors. The bosses look more alive. The enemies look more alive. Samus herself just looks like I can't even describe her in words. It just looks like a better design. In the original, my problem was that you can make that any third-person shooter character that wasn't Samus. Samus didn't really look like Samus. Because you could have made that character from the main character from Vanquish if you really wanted to. But AM2R fixes on that problem, making a more Samus-y game, a Metroid game I meant. This game I like the colors, but why did this get canceled? Why did this get a cease and desist from Nintendo? Well, let's find out. They had this treasure on their side, and instead of doing the sensible thing, ignoring it, or even just hiring the developers, they instead just struck this game down, taking years of this guy's work that he didn't even monetize or put ads on, something like Sonic Omens would do, which doesn't even make any sense. Why would they take it down? We were starving for Metroid content during this time, and see, this fan game was a light of hope, and they took it away. But what came after this? This was the late 2010s after all. So what came after? Not just freaking Metroid Prime Federation Force. First of all, this is what we get? Really? Federation Force is what we get? You took AM2R away, and now you want to give us Federation Force. It really doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? Why? It makes no sense. On the bright side, at least. On the bright side, at least. They made Metroid Samus Returns, which awfully is also a Metroid 2 remake. I'm not saying they tried to take, they made the same game as him, but just a little bit different. But it seems suspicious. But on the bright side, Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to come out either next year or the year after. How much time we have to wait? Metroid Dread was a step in the right direction for the series. So just a short review for you guys. So maybe we can review maybe we can review something else, like Sonic Omens. Oh, yeah. So see you for that. Anyways, bye everyone. Peace.